Greetings, viewers. The sole method available to us for earning substantial income fairly in a brief period is through the stock market. Over 50% of the wealthiest individuals globally have attained their status due to these stock markets. These markets poses the potential to transform an ordinary individual into a wealthy person. Conversely, they can also reduce a wealthy individual to a state of unemployment. Nevertheless, one might question the rationale behind investing in. A review of the economic history spanning the last 2 centuries reveals that stock markets have generated greater returns than all other investment vehicles, including bank deposits and real estate bonds. However, just as swiftly as one can accumulate wealth in the stock market, one can also incur losses at an equal pace. Therefore, by enhancing your understanding of these markets and investing with patience, you can undoubtedly achieve. I will provide a detailed explanation through videos on how these stock markets function, the strategies for investing in them, and the actions necessary to secure substantial profits. If you dedicate a bit of attention and learn, you can attain significant success in the stock market. All that is required is for you to subscribe to the Telugu Buddy YouTube channel. Should you have any inquiries, please feel free to post them. Thank you for your viewership. Let us explore how our emotions influence our profits and losses in the stock market and how we can manage them effectively. For an individual to realize profits in the stock market, it is essential to regulate two specific emotions, hope and fear. Now, let us delve into these concepts in detail. Imagine this is a chart depicting the share value of a company. Typically, when the share value experiences a slight increase, as the share value rises further, our excitement grows. At that moment, we may invest all our funds into the share without any further contemplation. Subsequently, due to selling pressure, the share value begins to decline gradually. During this period, despite our disappointment, we hold on to the belief that the share value will rebound. However, when the share value drops below the purchase price, we individuals here choose to sell their shares due to concerns that the share value may decline further. After a period of selling, however, the share value begins to rise again. This occurs because, with the share price being low, many investors are inclined to purchase this share. The increased buying activity subsequently drives up the value of the share. Consequently, many individuals end up buying shares at elevated prices, resulting in financial losses. Therefore, the lesson we have learned today is that shares should not be purchased at high prices with the expectation of a significant increase, nor should they be sold out of fear of a decline. Instead, we should aim to buy shares when they are available at lower prices and realize profits once there is a slight increase. Now, let us explore what is necessary for investing in the stock market. First and foremost, a bank account is required. To facilitate the transfer of funds when buying and selling shares, it is essential to have an account with any public or private bank. Additionally, two PAN cards are needed. The PAN card, which stands for Permanent Account Number, is linked to all transactions related to our income. This PAN card is not only useful here but also in various other contexts. The unique identification number, or UID, more than 1 lakh rupees, it is not required for investments below that amount. Lastly, the most crucial components are the Demat account and the trading account. Let us first discuss the Demat account, which is used to hold shares in electronic form, thereby eliminating the need for physical certificates. When we purchase shares, it can be challenging to store and maintain the physical proofs or certificates associated with them. The account securely stores the details of those shares electronically on a computer. Next, we have the trading account, which is utilized whenever we wish to buy or sell shares in the stock market. In conclusion, the bank account, trading account, and Demat account collectively form what is referred to as a 3-in-1 account. Of online trading, you can easily engage in transactions by utilizing this 3-account system. If you possess a computer, that is ideal, otherwise, there are stockbrokers available externally. You can conduct your trading through a reputable stockbroker whom you trust. When you decide to buy or sell a share, you simply contact the stockbroker and inform them of your intentions. They will execute the buy or sell order on your behalf. How to enter the stock market. If you find this video helpful, Please like and share it. Thank you very much. We are currently learning about the stock market with the aim of making profitable investments. It is essential to understand the history of the Indian stock market. Therefore, in this video, we will delve into the details of the stock exchanges in our country and their operational mechanisms. First, let us define what a stock exchange is. A stock exchange is the venue where shares are bought and sold. For any company to participate in the stock market, it must be listed on a stock exchange. Only then can we buy or sell shares. The first stock exchange in our country was established in 1875, known as the BSE, which stands for Bombay Stock Exchange. Its main office is situated on Faisal Street in Mumbai. It is recognized as the first stock exchange established in Asia. Notably, more companies are listed on this BSE than on all other stock exchanges worldwide. To date, 5,749 companies have been listed on the BSE stock exchange in our country is the NSE, which stands for National Stock Exchange. Although it was established in 1992, trading commenced in 1994. The main office of the NSE is also located in Mumbai. Approximately 1,696 companies are currently listed on this National Stock Exchange, NSE. For the first time in India, a fully automated electronic trading system has been implemented in this shares to occur more swiftly and reliably. When the NSE commenced operations in 1994, the automatic system was capable of processing 2 orders per second. By the year 2001, this capacity had increased to 60 orders per second. Presently, the NSE processes around 160,000 orders per second. Regardless of the significant increase in this figure, the NSE possesses the technology necessary. Both the NSE and the Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE, adhere to the same trading mechanisms, schedules, and settlement processes. In addition to these, there are several other exchanges, such as the Ahmedabad Stock Exchange, Calcutta Stock Exchange, Madras Stock Exchange, and Cochin Stock Exchange. However, trading activity on these exchanges does not match the volume seen at the NSE and BSE. Regarding working hours, these stock exchanges trading only 5 days a week, in addition to public holidays designated by the Indian government. On trading days, the stock markets open at 9:15 in the morning and close at 3:30 in the afternoon, during which all transactions take place. It is also important to note that SEBI stands for the Securities and Exchange Board of India, which was established in 1992. SEBI plays a crucial role in enforcing the rules and all stock exchanges operate under its oversight. Should any company or individual engage in fraudulent activities, SEBI is empowered to take stringent action against them.